All right, y'all. Episode 131 Story Podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. December the 20th, not December. What? No. We're doing it again. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. 5, 4, 3.
We're going live.
We're going
We're going
F
live.
it. We're going live. And then all you see is me just doing this. Anyways, guys, let's get started. As I said before, this is a very heavy Resident Evil podcast today because we got so much news that came out a couple of days ago. Resident Evil 8. Let's talk about Resident Evil 8. So during the showcase, they showed off a little bit more what's going on. You'll find out why Ethan is somewhere in the freaking Europe going to a freaking castle. It's because of the fact that him and freaking Mia had a baby. They had a daughter. And now he is going to the castle to save his freaking child. What does this have to do with Chris and Blue Umbrella? What does that have to do with him shooting up Mia and potentially killing her in the trailer that we saw back in the summer? Still no idea. But yes, they're fighting vampires in this one, people. And I know a lot of people have issues with it. But I said it before and I said it again. It's Resident Evil. Resident Evil has gone beyond zombies. It's been doing that since 2004 and 5 when RE4 came out. So, like, if you're talking about how, oh, it takes away from the seriousness of Resident Evil, I'm like, nigga, if you beat the game at a certain difficulty in RE4, freaking Leon gets a laser cannon. And he gets a Chicago typewriter. No.
Okay, the only way I could see Leon getting laser cannons if he ripped out one of those lasers from that corridor and just like augmented into a cannon format.
Yeah. Also, Wesker
like
became freaking.
From Ultraman.
Also, Wesker became Neo. He became Dark Neo. He became Dark Neo, like how John Connor became Dark John and freaking Terminator Genesis. Hush. Anyways. But other than that, and then we see that the Merchant is back. Everyone's been asking for the Merchant to come back since Resident Evil 4. We're getting a brand new Merchant. He's not the Merchant we remember. He's just nice, lovable, big boy and stuff. And you get a whole bunch of more guns. And there's gonna be more puzzle solving, and you're fighting a giant woman, which I already know there's plenty of Rule 34s out there of Ethan potentially smashing the giant woman. You do not have to remind me about that. We know Rule 34. If something exists, there's porn of it. We already know. But other than that, and one big piece of news that came out of it is the fact that we originally discussed this, Kabuto, myself, and Jen last year, that Resident Evil 8 was not going to be on the PS4 and the Xbox. It was going to be available for the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and PC. Well, they just announced that Resident Evil 8 will also be on the PS4 and the Xbox One. The game comes out in May. If I remember correctly, it is May 7th.
Time.
May 7th, 2021. Exactly. Around your birthday, too. So I know. I'm joking. It's around. Anyways, the point of the matter is, coming out, awesome. I want to give Chica's insight. Deadpool, type down how you feel about it. Chica, because you're the second biggest Resident Evil fan I know in this cast, because no one else plays Resident Evil except me, you, and potentially Deadpool. What are your thoughts about everything you saw about Resident Evil 8? Go ahead.
So far, the story concept is like really interesting. I mean, despite the fact that Ian and Mia had a child, but most of all, like, can we at least talk about, like, the background, the interior? Like, when I look on the inside of the mansion, it kind of reflects with that American Horror Story vibe. Because even though like the story took place in like a mansion, like the first season, like I kind of have that same image.
Murder house.
Like, and when you see these creepy women over here, it kind of like it reminds me of that with the Maiden, of course, where she turns old and she turns young.
Yes.
But most of all is that what I noticed is that with the gameplay on what I saw, like the creator was talking about that you can make your own medicine, which that actually has a similar feature like it did with Alien Isolation, because you had to find the parts and then make your own medicine and gear, and that's really cool. But personally, my perspective, like I find it interesting and like, you know, a good idea to put that idea to make our own medicines and gear, but like at the same time it'll be kind of hard because like usually when I played Alien Isolation for a bit, like I kind of get frustrated on finding the gear and like, yeah, there's no way to make the medicine that's possible, you know. But
Right.
overall it's really good.
Real quick, I want to show Deadpool's reaction to this. Boom. If you're watching this live on Twitch, this is her reaction. And if you're on Discord, guys, and
Oh
you can
my
see her reaction too. Yeah. She says, I'm very excited. It's on my birthday too. I'm very excited about the game and the graphics, and what I've seen from the demo is beautiful. It's pretty cool experiencing that from first person. I can't wait to find a lot of secrets. This seems like a game I would play a bunch. Yeah.
Speaking of May, I might get my PlayStation 5 around that year once I complete my semester.
Actually, to be fair, there are plenty of games coming out before May, so I guess. But you can still
I had
buy.
a feeling.
You can,
I had a feeling.
You can still buy on PS4 because
I still call it the Kaiba Station 5.
you can still buy on PS4 because of the fact that if you buy the game on PS4, you get a free upgrade when you get a PS5. You don't have to pay for it again. My thing about it, I really liked it. Unfortunately, I didn't get the real quick, the playable demo for Resident Evil 5 is available only on PS5. I had to find this out because I downloaded it. It's on my library, but I need to play on PS5. They don't have a PS4 version of the demo. The demo's going to be coming out as we get closer to the date of the release. From what I've seen from some of my favorite YouTubers like Dashy and Matt McMuscles, it looks pretty eerie, and I think the aesthetic and the setting makes it a lot better. Don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 7, I finally beat Resident Evil 7. Everyone watch me do it, and if you haven't yet, all the highlights of me playing Resident Evil 7 are on YouTube right now. I would say that I had a great time playing Resident Evil 7. I understand why it was one of the highest rated, it was one of the highest selling games in the franchise. But I would also if there's one thing I would say is that I think the setting for Resident Evil 8 is a lot better than RE7. It's really good. I enjoy the Dracula's castle aesthetic to it. I want to know how the hell Umbrella somehow, some way has managed to create vampires, and we already know that there's gonna be a werewolf or two in this game. We already saw the trailer. We already saw in the trailer during the summer. I want to, and it also looked like that Ethan. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Hearing you talk about that, I'm thinking, what if you could like use like a cure to the T virus and attach it to a whip, so you could call it Arivania?
And this is where you get kicked out. Anyway, I'm joking.
Wow. Okay, so you talk about vampires and you kicked me out for being Castlevania.
Arivania, nigga. Oh my god. Anyways, it looks like you might be fighting zombies, or they probably look like just weak as hell vampires. I'm not sure. What did you think, Chica?
Another thing, there's a lot of monsters in this game, like from vampires, werewolves, zombies.
Potentially
That's like
zombies.
a Universal's monsters reference there.
I think that's where Capcom's going with. I think Capcom, since Resident Evil 4 has been, well, even not even Resident Evil 4, I can even argue the original 3 games, because in the original 3 games, you're fighting a giant snake, you're fighting a giant spider, you're fighting a giant crocodile, you're fighting a giant earthworm, and then in Resident Evil 4, you're fighting freaking trolls and armored wolverines and stuff like that. I think slowly Capcom is trying to make Resident Evil into like their own like Universal monsters shtick, and I actually like it. I like the way it was going, especially with Resident Evil 7. Yeah, Resident Evil 7, I miss zombies, but at the same token, I liked it. I like the fact that somehow, some way, Umbrella has managed to F up again, even though we all thought Umbrella was dead and gone in RE6. I want to know how the hell Chris is involved with Umbrella, and thankfully for what some of my friends have told me, I had to play the No More Heroes campaign in Resident Evil 7 because you play as Chris and it explains why Chris is part of the brand new version of Umbrella, Blue Umbrella, because apparently Umbrella is split into factions. The faction war between Umbrella now. So yeah, and that's pretty much what I got. I like the aesthetic of the game. I like the giant woman. Once again, I know there are plenty of horny dudes I've seen on Twitter already drawing sketches of the giant woman. I know. I want to know how the hell she got. I want to know how the hell she got Freddy Krueger claws. Because if you saw the playable demo, the maiden, she grabs the unknown character and her hand becomes Freddy Krueger claws. No, not like a mix between Freddy Krueger and Lady Deathstrike. And I'm like, so are you a mutant? Are you an X-Men? Huh?
Might have been the bride of Freddy Krueger.
Someone, no, Chica. God damn it, no. Go to the corner. Go to the corner, Chica. Go to the corner. No. Oh, Deadpool said this. Oh, there's a huge variety of enemies and enemy types in the game other than the main vampire chicks. Yep. See, that's what I thought so too. A brand new multiplayer game, RE Versus, is also coming. It's free when you buy Resident Evil Village. So the way the Versus is that you get to play as any of your favorite characters from what the trailer shows. You can play as Chris Redfield, Leon, Claire, Jill, the Baker dude. And from what it looks like, if you die, you can come back as either Mr. X or Nemesis. I don't know how this is going to work, but it is a straight up shooter game. It's a PvP game. Chica, I know you saw the trailer for it. What are your thoughts on it?
It was really interesting. Like, I mean, that's all I have to say. Like, I really find it interesting, especially with the new features that's included with this game.
Yeah. It's whatever's to me. I know it's probably not gonna be my cup of tea. I know a lot of people. I know there are people that actually like Resident Evil Resistance. And it looked all right. I mean, I played a little bit of it. I didn't really get all the way into it. My thing, from what I saw from the trailer, it looks like it might be cell shaded. Well, it doesn't look no, it's not cell shaded. It just looks like it looks like they're just using the RE2 and RE3, the engine from RE2 and RE3. They're using that same mechanic, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, you also play as Mr. I said Mr. X. You play as the his final form when he gets his freaking claw and stuff. Also, Hunk is in it and Ada is in it as well. Ada, who's the biggest hoe in Resident Evil. I'm just saying. I mean, I'll try it out. I guess I'll try it out. And then lastly, when it comes to Resident Evil, because it is the 25th anniversary of the franchise, Ubisoft and Capcom have teamed up. So for people who still play the Division 2, you get add-ons. You're going to be getting free add-ons, I think, happening either this week or the beginning of next month, where your characters are able to grab Resident Evil gear. Like, you can have your characters dress up like they're RPD or stars and stuff like that. One more piece of news before I even end, but I will say this: I had a blast watching the showcase. But I think the best news of this, out of all this, happened about Resident Evil. Code Veronica should have got a remake. Freaking Outbreak 1 and 2 should have got remastered and put onto the PS5, the Xbox Series X, the Xbox, the PS4, and Steam. But this is coming from Video Game Chronicles as well as IGN. I'm gonna read Video Game Chronicles first. New studio M2 has seen its role significantly reduced on an unannounced project. The source told VGC, and mainline Resident Evil studio Capcom Division 1 has been brought in to lead a new direction. As first reported by VGC last year, Resident Evil 4 Remake has been in development since 2018, led by Osaka-based M2. The studio found by former Platinum Games head Tetsuya Minami. Little has been shared publicly about M2, but people with knowledge of the company said it was particularly funded by Capcom, blah, 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 blah. The point of the matter is, Capcom's in development of Resident Evil 4 Remake has been seen as a major change to the leadership due to disagreements over its direction, according to the people with the knowledge of the project. This is also... So, because of disagreements about it, it's been put on halt. I'm happy. Scrap it, please. Let's remake Code Veronica. I don't care what no one tells me. I don't give a damn what nobody tells me. There's no reason to remake Resident Evil 4. It was already a perfect game. Just remaster it. You want to do something Resident Evil 4? Remaster it.
Didn't they already port it to the Switch or something?
They ported Resident Evil 4 so many times. Resident Evil 4 is Capcom's Elder Scrolls Skyrim. It's on the PC, the GameCube, the PS2, the PS3, the Xbox 360, the PS4, the Xbox, the Switch, the Wii, your freaking I remember correctly, the DS, the 3DS. It's on everything. Your freaking Game & Watch, your iPhone, your Android, freaking it's on Pornhub as a Flash game. I don't know.
The remake, I think it's like a good decision that they, you know, kind of like how you said it, like stop, because there's no point in it, you know. I mean, you said the game is good, so keep it that way. I mean, even if they remake it, it might lead to something really bad, especially for the gamers out there. Like, they might begin to criticize if it's like a bad game, or they prefer to stick with the old version, you know.
Exactly. Like, there is
nobody would like a remake of such a brilliant game. I mean, that'll be like a waste of money in the studio's case.
That's it. And I'm pretty sure everyone's sick and tired of us talking about Resident Evil, even though Chica and I can just fanboy about Resident Evil all day, every day.
And girl, you fanboy?
Exactly. Let me see. Deadpool says this. Yeah, there's a okay. You ever played Resident Evil 4 on a toaster? I just want more remasters. We played the game to death. We still love it, but no. Exactly. Thank you. Again, can we get Resident Evil Outbreak or Resident Evil Outbreak 2 to get remastered? Because the Outbreak series is criminally underrated and was way ahead of its time. I'm pretty sure if you were to re-release Outbreak 1 and 2 right now on all major platforms with online multiplayer, everyone and their mamas would chew Outbreak up. They would eat it up. It would just taste so good, big dog. So yeah, Capcom, look at me. We don't want RE4 remake. We want Code Veronica. We want Outbreak 1 and 2. That's it. And no, we don't want you to remake Operation Raccoon City. Leave Operation Raccoon City in the depths of hell in which it came.
Okay, so Resident Evil 4, in your opinion, doesn't need a remake, but yet, at the same time, help me out here. But then people wanted a Final Fantasy VII remake. Like, where's the difference in that?
People want Final Fantasy VII remake. No one wants Resident Evil 4 remake. Everyone and their mamas have said that Resident Evil 4 is a perfect game. And no one has asked for it. People have been asking for a Final Fantasy VII remake since 2005, when they showed what appeared to be a remake game being built on the PS3. That's the difference. No one has asked for a remake for Resident Evil 4. People have been asking for a remake of Final Fantasy VII since the PlayStation 3 in 2005. That's the big difference, Allo.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, like, other than that, like, again, if you want Resident Evil 4 remake, fine. But I'm pretty sure the other 98% of gamers have said it before. No. Hell no. Anyways, shouts to Resident Evil. And happy 25th anniversary to Resident Evil. Happy anniversary. Kabuto, you should definitely play Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake. I have my PS4 copies if you want to borrow them, because I also bought them on on PC as well. Yes, I bought Resident Evil 2 and 3 on PC. Why? So that way I can play the Resident Evil 2 on PC and have it where they play the DMX song every time Mr. X pulls up. X gon' give it to you. Anyways, all right. Fortnite news. Fortnite adds Sarah Connor and the T800 skins to Fortnite.